Hello and welcome to Keys to Constructed in Volume 3. Today we're going to take a look at Dredgevine. This is a deck that made a splash at Nationals over the weekend. Thought I'd build it, take a look at it, try to play it. Obviously, this is standard build. I have not played this deck before, but it's worth taking a look. Again, since I'm going to Minneapolis next weekend, good chance to take a look at the decks that are going to be out there, the new decks that are going to shake up the metagame, and maybe even find one to play myself. So a couple things about the deck, as I understand it, it's certainly a creature-based build. It's a graveyard-based build. Extractor Demon's very important. Getting Vengevines in your graveyard is extremely important. You notice the low casting cost of anything else outside of Extractor Demon or Vengevine. Your goal is to get the Vengevines out fast and furious, with Fauna Shaman, with Cryptologist, with Merfolk Looter, things like that. I like the Cryptologist, just because you can get to the point where you're just drawing gas, and at that point you can just cast it pretty easily because of the fact that your creatures are so low on the casting cost. So let's go ahead and hop into a two-man queue here. And let's see what happens. Now, I've seen the builds of this deck before. Some of them had red in it for Bloodbraid Elf, etc. This seems a little more stable as far as the mana base is concerned, so we'll certainly take a look at that. This certainly seems fine. Leading off with a couple of Hedron Crabs and just trying to get stuff in our graveyard. Certainly Merfolk Looter is going to get us Vengevine in there. The key is, I think, is going to be getting Looter out early. Probably only one crab, just because I'm going to want to get that Vengevine recurred pretty quickly here. So we're playing against Valakut, so the key is winning quickly, obviously. So since I can only get an island with this, let's go ahead and do that. And hope he doesn't have a bolt. So as he's ramping up here, I think getting the Looter out for Vengevine quickly is the better play than trying to get greedy with another Hedron Crab. Especially since the next turn I can go with both Hedron Crab and Noble Hierarch and getting that Vengevine back. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and yield to that so I don't have to deal with that. That's nice to see. So go ahead and get the Looter out. And so, we can go for about 8 next turn, which will be nice. So the plan is obviously Crab first. Go ahead and crack the Misty Rainforest with 2 crabs out. And get some more stuff in my graveyard, hopefully, too. What's interesting is, it seems cards like Pyroclasm really wreck this deck. Haven't experienced much yet with the two-man queues and even seeing this kind of stuff. But as far as watching, other people play in daily events and things like that. But, we'll certainly see. So let's go ahead and get that second crab out. And I think Looter is the better second play, depending on what comes out in our graveyard. So hopefully we'll get more Vengevines in there. Let's be smart and get a forest. I'm going to want to keep this up here. I think that's another Vengevine I see. There's one. Great. So let's go ahead and loot. Get rid of Dredgevine. And since Hierarch is the only play here, let's go ahead and do that. And do some broken stuff here. My computer is responding slow since I'm uploading a draft video right now, so apologies for that. So, you know, third turn attack for 12. This deck seems pretty good so far. I'm assuming this is not normal. So, you know, next turn, can get Extractor Demon into the graveyard and, you know, back into play. We certainly have another one as well. So, I'm not sure there's much he can do on his turn to stop this. You know, Destructive Force costs 7, which is his best play here. Yeah, it's just interesting how fast that was, especially since I didn't go first. So, all right then. All right, taking a look at the sideboard. You know, Pithing Needle doesn't help us at all. If only Valakut had a, you know, had an activated ability attached to it. But Unified Will seems good. You know, you're certainly going to want to, you know, as we get up in mana here, we're going to want to counter the big stuff, especially if we don't get to as hot of a start. Obstinate Balos seems actually pretty bad here. We're not racing with life totals. You know, it's not mono red. It actually slows us down, and the key is probably going to be just getting this done fast. So let's get the Unified Wills in. Taking out, yeah, I'm not sure Alchemist is really going to help us here. And even Unclad Cryptologist, while good, seems a little slower. So, you know, I have the ramp, I have the Fauna Shaman to do that. Taking out a couple Cryptologists seems fine, just because, you know, we still have a lot of ways to get Vengevines in our graveyard. So, let's go to game 2. So yeah, that seems fine. Not as broken as the last hand, but, you know, we can go get some good stuff with Fauna Shaman. So we will do that. And that's certainly a good play. So the trick is whether I want to cast Fauna Shaman or Renegade Doppelganger first. You know, and so Forester and Island Swamp. You don't want the forest here. So, you know, Renegade Doppelganger might seem better, just because, you know, in case we get something better next turn. And either way, you know, I can grab a forest with... yeah, I can get a forest with Verdant Catacombs and go nuts with the Doppelganger. So I will do that. And when Extractor Demon comes back out, I can have some fun as well. And this is one of the problems with just picking up a new deck, is the fact that, you know, I certainly have no idea what to do in some of these situations. Are we going to cast 2 creatures this turn? No. So that becomes a little awkward. I'm assuming we're going to draw another creature pretty soon. I'm going to want to drop the Extractor Demon in the graveyard regardless. So let's go ahead, get a Fauna Shaman out there. Played the wrong land, so Extractor Demon's not coming out, which sucks. Dredgevine might be better now because of that, and just going and getting something. Yeah, something like Birds of Paradise to make up for that mistake. So, you know, that's pretty bad, but... so birds... birds are crab. Bird seems better just for the long-term health of what we're trying to do here. Well, that's pretty sucky. We should still be okay going for 8 next turn, and then, you know, another 10 through the air next turn. Well, not anymore, but certainly Siege Gang hurts. And, you know, it feels like we punted this game anyway. So... let's go ahead and play this. I don't... All right. So he's not going to block. He's just going to take the opportunity to start blowing up my creatures, which is fair. 2 Extractor Demons. I don't have a way to get the second one in the graveyard right now. So yeah, I mean, it looks like... let's go ahead and get something. I'm assuming it's going to be another Fauna Shaman here, but we'll have to take a look at what exactly we need. Certainly not getting an Extractor Demon. I don't want him to realize that we're short on black. He probably notices that anyway, but I want to decrease the chance that he goes and kills birds. Renegade Doppelganger seems fine, but not really what I want here. Hedron Crab seems like it's the better chance of actually winning, but I don't have any lands. So I think Fauna Shaman it is. But he'll probably blow up the birds now. Nope. Which is kind of a surprising move. That's really helpful. I'm glad we sided that in. And let's get a black. We are going to attack with both here. You know, doing the Extractor Demon puts him on a 1-turn clock with